How can we become a force of love, healing, and unity? That's the question that we're taking to the angels today on The Spiritual View. I'm Jennifer Halliburton with the Awakened Jenn Tarot, and I'm one of the hosts of The Spiritual View. The Spiritual View is a dynamic YouTube talk show where we bring together 7 spiritually gifted women to explore topics related to personal growth, spirituality, and healing. We share our insights through open conversation, daily tarot readings, and collective card pulls where we help our audience navigate their spiritual journeys. With a mix of divine wisdom and practical advice, the Spiritual View is a space for anyone looking to connect, heal, and grow into a supportive community. And we are so thankful for each and every one of you for joining us today. I do want to take a moment and go over just a little bit of our offerings here at the Spiritual View. So we do have our daily videos where we post a daily tarot reading each day of the week, and it is a different reader each day of the week. And so I do Tuesdays. We have our live card pulls, and that's on Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern and Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern. And so we start off with just this open conversation between the team members, and then we always pull cards for our viewers. And then we have our monthly episodes. And this is the thing that really brought us all together to begin with. And so our monthly episodes are educational events, and it is the third Friday of each month. And so this coming Friday is our next one, and it will be over the history of tarot. So you can join us at 6 p.m. Eastern for that. And on those episodes, we offer a private reading giveaway. And so all you have to do is just be a part of the channel, subscribe, like, comment, and then you're entered to win that monthly giveaway that we do. And that will be announced on the following Friday for that. All right. So I think we're ready. Let's go ahead and take 3 deep breaths together and do the invocation to call in the spirit team. So if you'll close your eyes and breathe in. That's 1. Breathe in. That's 2. Breathe in. That's 3. I now call in my angels, archangels, ascended masters, my higher self and guardian angels to please enter this present space and time. I call upon Archangel Michael to place a bubble of protection around us. Only beings of the highest vibration of pure love and light may enter in. So be it. All right. So I've already shuffled all of the decks that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be using, let's see, we've got the Archangels Oracle, the Angel Guide Oracle, and the Biblical Tarot. That's what I'm using to pull the spread from. And again, our topic today is how can we become a force of love, healing, and unity? And so with all of the political division and societal unrest that we're dealing with, my question is, how can we as the collective help raise the vibration during a time of such strong division? Because now the time is more important than ever for us to come together in this unity, to not allow ourselves to be divided. I know that their topics are very, very emotionally charged. And so when things are that level emotionally charged, it's hard not to get completely caught up in those emotions and to bring the separation between us. And so, I mean, I think that one of the things that we're going to have to do is just really try to gain more perspective of where each person is coming from, how they get to the place that they are at. And so we are going to be pulling, again, like I said, from several decks to get our angel guidance for us at this time. And so for each card that I pull, I want you to ask yourself how the message applies to your life. And I'd love for you to share those insights in the comments, because as I'm getting my own insights out, you're getting even bigger messages too. And we can bring that all into a collective message. And that's how we can all grow together. And so be sure whatever guidance you're getting that's coming out from the cards that I pull, you're sharing that with the collective as well down in the comments. All right, so we're going to start first by pulling a card from the Angel Guide Oracle just to see what is the collective energy that we're dealing with at this time. All right, so let's see. Blessings and abundance. That's the collective energy that we're dealing with at this time. Blessings and abundance. Okay. A light of blessings and abundance is being wrapped around you now, and your angels want you to know that they are supporting you. They are encouraging you to trust your intuition and any other guidance that you are receiving at this time, as it will lead you towards tremendous growth and fulfillment. Many blessings are being showered upon your present situation. If you have not yet experienced them, know that they will be revealed and shared in the perfect time, space, sequence. All the doors to abundance are now being opened to you. Angel wisdom is encouraging you to begin counting your blessings. Then you will be open to receiving even more of them. Abundance is the spiritual reward for trusting and sharing our gifts and talents. When we align our choices and actions with the highest good, we will be blessed with opportunities. At this time, you are in a place of deep spiritual connection and strength and are being given the opportunity to feel spiritually rich. Even if you are feeling sensitive or overwhelmed, the veil between this realm and heaven is thin, and you have a light and support all around you. If you have any concerns about finances or assets, know that the hand of God is guiding your situation to a blessed outcome. Trust in your talents and the angels who are supporting you. And so, what I'm getting with this is really about the collective awakening that is going to be happening. Just it's happening already, and it's going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And so, what is considered valuable is changing, it's shifting and changing. And so, what is actual abundance is also shifting and changing. And so I think that those of us that have already been on this spiritual path, like the rest of the collective, are now seeing the gifts and abundance that is brought out in that space. They're seeing the value of the spiritual path. And so that's kind of drawing them more into it. I think that more people, because they become more desperate with the current situation and they understand, like, okay, I don't like the outcome that I continue to get. They're looking at people that have already been on the path and they're seeing them live in these higher vibrational styles, these higher vibrational mindsets, and they're wondering, how do I get there? They're looking to us to see, how do I get there? Because they see that they don't want to keep doing what they're doing, and they're seeing out of the light workers, they're seeing a path out. And it's just, that's part of what is bringing the awakening. It's just, as more and more continue to share their light, it's waking more people up to what the actual abundance and blessings of this world are. And something else that I was getting when it was talking about counting your blessings is just like being intentional about looking for the blessings, even in the very harsh and destructive and devastation, that has been around us. And that's going to help people see that there is a way out. There's a higher way. Okay. So the next card we're going to pull with the Biblical Tarot. And this is the role that we are being asked to play in the community at this time, so that we can be a force of love, healing, and unity. We have the Queen of Cups. And this has Hannah on it. And she is the mother of Samuel. It says, I prayed for this child, and the Lord has granted me what I have asked of him. So now I give him to the Lord. For his whole life, he will be given over to the Lord. And so she took what was her most precious gift and she gave it over and trusted it to God. And so you're putting that trust of God into that. Our role is showing what that level of faith really looks like. Hannah believed so strongly that God would provide her of her heart's strongest desire, that once it came, like, she gave the blessing back. It became a collective blessing. She gave the blessing back. She understood that the gift that was given to her wasn't just meant for her. It was meant for the world. It was meant for the collective. And so it is using your gifts that you are being blessed with back out to the collective. Okay. So one of the questions I do want to ask, just combined with this, what are ways that we can give back to the collective right now? What is something that you can do today that is helping to plant the seeds of unity? How can we do that? Just what little acts of kindness? How can we show up differently? What gifts do you have that you need to be giving out into the world? And so one of the gifts that I realized about myself a long time ago, when I was reading through the Bible the first time, and it was talking about the spiritual gifts, one of the spiritual gifts that was listed was the gift of encouragement. And I thought encouragement just sounds like so simple. I thought that's like, everybody has that, right? Everybody can do that. I didn't realize that that was literally a gift that was being given to me to be used out for the collective. So what kinds of gifts do you have? Are you someone who, you take joy in cooking? Are you someone who takes joy in cleaning? Those are ways that you could give back to the collective. Are you someone who enjoys children, or are you someone who enjoys animals? What ways that you can work and give back in the ways that are just completely natural to you already? So that's what you need to be thinking about, is what gifts do you already have that you are not utilizing to give back out to the collective? Okay. So the next one we're going to be looking at is, what are the blocks and challenges at this time? And I'm pulling that with the tarot as well. Okay. So we have the Ten of Swords. So, and this card for the Ten of Swords, it's showing Samson's hair being cut, which is where he's losing his power. And with this, it's really about giving away your power and understanding where your power really is. And so, a lot of our power can get taken away through fear. Through just fear itself can remove our power. But one of the messages with this is it's about who he spent his time around. With Samson, because he joined himself with someone who had bad intentions for him, it ended up taking him down to this path that ended up leading to his own destruction. And so, like, you've got to make sure that you know who it is that you're actually aligning yourself with, and being very discerning, being very, very discerning, and being discerning about what you're sharing, what secrets of your own you do need to still keep, and just remaining in your power, not giving your power away. Okay, so the next card is it's the angelic support and guidance. And so I'm going to pull this with the Archangel and just see what Archangel is with us with the message today. We have Uriel, learning experience. Time to review, study, and hone your knowledge before proceeding forward. Uriel, learning experience. It's time to take inventory of your life. Recognizing where you are and how far you have come is essential for the next stage of your evolution. Some situations and challenges have not worked out favorably, but this has led you to your gifts and ignited your inner determination. Your angels are here now to encourage you through this time of inquiry and learning so that you can reach a deeper state of awareness and initiate greater spiritual growth. If you've been wondering about a particular situation or a challenge in your life, the message today is that this is an essential lesson that will lead to growth. You may feel you're in a funk or stuck at this time because you're in the thick of it, but soon the clouds will part and the light will shine once more. Know that things do get better from here. In the meantime, call in your angels and invite them to shed light on any darkness so that you can be directed towards your highest good and truth. And so, what is happening at this time is with purpose, and it is to teach us, and it is to guide us and to grow us. And so, that's the way that we can look at things from a higher perspective. Is just, what is the lesson that we're learning here? And part of it is about becoming this force of love, healing, and unity. Just, you're seeing the need for the love, healing, and unity so much stronger right now because we are being called to bring it in. That's how we are being called to show up. And that's the lessons that we're learning. And as we are learning and we are continuing to implement it out, that is how we are bringing the collective back together. Another part of the message from the angels, I got the angel number 1244. And so the angel number 1244 has been just kind of yelling at me lately. And it was so much so today that I just knew that that was part of the message today. And so if you don't know how to use angel numbers, so if you see a number that it's just like every time you turn around, you keep seeing the same number. You might see it on a clock. You might see it on a receipt, on a sign somewhere. It just keeps showing up in your awareness. I mean, it might be on a license plate, like all different ways that it might show up in your awareness. And that is your angels trying to connect with you. And and it's like, it usually starts off as 1111. That's usually the first one that people start really picking up on. And then it goes to 111, 222, 333. And then, like, as you continue to really take in the messages and take the guidance that the messages are bringing, they get more complex on you as they understand that you're actually paying attention to what they're saying. And so there's an element of numerology that's involved with it. But what I do is, it is angel numbers. I use it as angel messages. So when I see a number that just starts screaming at me, and it's just like every time I turn around, that number is in my face, I will go and look up, what is the angel number, whatever I see, what does that mean? And so there's all kinds of stuff already out on the internet that has all of these potential meanings for these angel numbers. And so I'm looking through and I'm waiting for the one that hits me, because there's going to be one that's just like, yes, that's it. And I mean, you're trusting your own intuition and your own guidance, because your angels are going to give you those little cues, those internal cues that you need to be learning to pick up on, that helps you to know, like, yes, that was the one, that's the message. And so the message that went with 1244 is, we're on the right track. Our hard work will pay off. The time is now, and start with what you have. And I just take that, just as we continue to look at the destruction that has come out, and we see, these systems that are falling apart, as we see, like, especially these high level celebrities are falling off of their, pedestals, and we're learning all of these dark secrets that were behind the scenes. It might make you think that everything's getting worse, but actually we're on the right path. We're on the right track. And all of this work that we're doing, that's digging out and bringing light to all of this stuff, is going to pay off, and it's going to get us to the better days that we were looking for. But we've got to get through the ick first. And so we can't judge where we're going to end up off of where we're at right now. Right here, this is just like, it's kind of like, when things need to heal, they typically get more like you've got to clear out the old first before you can set the environment for it to actually be able to heal. So all of the old is being cleared out, all of the ick, all of the infection, the disease, all of the bad, the negative is getting cleared out right now so that we can set up the right environment to actually bring in real healing and the actual love and unity that we're looking for. Okay, so the next card is how can we cultivate compassion within? And I'm pulling this with the tarot. So, how can we cultivate compassion within? We have the Five of Pentacles. So, the Five of Pentacles, it is about helping others. But see, the message is coming out, and that this is, she said to herself, if only I touch his cloak, I will be healed. Okay, that's Matthew 9:21. Okay, so this is the woman who knew if she just got close enough to Jesus, just touched the cloak of his clothes, that she would be healed. She'd heard all of the things that he had done. She wanted that healing. She was so desperate for that healing. She was going to get that opportunity no matter what. Even if all she got was just that little touch, she was going to do it. And so I think the guidance with this is we have to serve those people. Those are the people that, like, we don't need to go for the ones that we have to try to convince them to come with us, convince them that this is the way to go. We're not trying to convince people. The ones that are meant for us to serve are desperate for this information. And so we have to be, mindful of those and understanding, like, again, we're not trying to convince anyone. We're waiting for those that have realized it themselves, that they see it themselves and they are reaching out for it and they know, I have to have this. This is my opportunity. Okay, so as we think about how to cultivate the compassion, in which that was an odd one, like I said, because it's the compassion here is we're not forcing, we're allowing people to be where they're at. We're not going to shame them into, you have to come this way or you're a terrible human. We're just shining our lights. We're being available. We're making sure they know that, the help is here, and it's just all you have to do is ask. We're not going to force it on you, but we are here. We're continuing to show up. We're showing, the way, but we're providing all the opportunities, but we're not shoving it down people's faces. So we're going to keep providing the opportunity. We're going to keep showing up, and we're like, even if you don't take it this time, I'm going to keep showing up. I'm not going to give up on just, my path, on my message, just because you're not coming with me. But I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep giving you the opportunity. And when you're ready, you're going to take hold of it, because I put the opportunity out there in front of you. I'm not forcing it on you, but I put the opportunity in front of you. And so now it's going to be when you know that you're ready, when you know there's no other way than this, then you're going to come with me. And so, with all of that in mind, let's think about how can we offer more grace to those that are not choosing, those that are still just kind of blinded, and they're just stuck in this, fear, and just don't see a way out at all. How can we offer more grace to those people? Because, I mean, if you really think about the perspective, the reality that they're viewing through their perspective is very scary. It is, like, they're not making it up. The stuff is there, but they're not seeing the good parts. They're only filtering it through the bad parts. And so what we know is there's balance, there's duality to all. And so, yes, we have bad stuff that happens in our life, but we also have a lot of good stuff that happens in our life. And so we want to focus on the good, because we know that the bad could, overwhelm us, and the bad does bring us down and lowers our vibration. And we want to stay in this higher state of vibration. So we're going to focus on that. And so just offering grace for where people are at, offering grace for where they're at. So who do you need to show up for? Who do you need to offer grace to right now? And it could even be yourself, because again, these times, I mean, like, what's happening in the reality in front of us is really scary. And so, I mean, like, you're not making that up. That is real. But it's about the way that we're viewing it. Like, how do we see this turning out? Can we see this is actually bringing us to better days, or do we only see it as devastation and destruction? That's the mindset that we really need to be inspecting there, because the ones who are just, all the doom and gloom, I mean, that's all they can see is there's no way out of this. There's no way this turns out good. But yet the light side does see it from a different perspective. And they know that, okay, yes, all of this bad does have to happen. It does have to come out. It does have to be seen. It does have to be addressed. But we don't, but we know that that's not where it ends. We know that's not where it ends. It has to happen this way for us to get to the other space, because this is what we built to this point. And, we've got to get the space in order to create the new. And so this has to go. And just we can have instant manifestation, but we're not at that place yet. In our collective, we are not in that place yet. If we just all of a sudden just, took all of that away, and now we're in this whole new reality, most of the world could not handle that type of, like, shift. The people who are high vibrational and on, the spiritual path, they might be able to understand it, but the majority of the world would not. They would go into shock, and they would, not know what to do with this. And so we are not at a place for that, instant collective manifestation. So we have to actually slowly, bring light to the bad, move those things out of the way and rebuild the structures. So that's the way that it's working for us right now. But we are moving as more people wake up to that quantum, manifestation. And so, you can personally experience instant manifestations, but what we're talking about right now is a collective manifestation. And collectively, we are not ready or at the point for that to just instantaneously be different. Okay. Let's see. The next card is, what actions do we need to take to be a force for unity? We have the Knight of Wands. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. Oh my goodness. How perfect is that? Be strong and courageous. It's again, remembering where we're headed, remembering what we're doing. So, like, the Knight of Wands, he is all about he's about the passion. He's not overthinking this thing for sure. And he's trusting God to have his back. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to pull a final message from the Art of Manifestation Oracle. So what can we do to help bring our manifestations in at this time? We have open yourself to possibility. Open yourself to possibility. Can this really be better than what we've ever imagined? Almost everyone holds some limiting beliefs about themselves. These perceptions block us from receiving the infinite support of the universe. This card is an invitation to reassess and to look beyond the limitations, and to recognize that in opening yourself to possibility, you automatically invite positive change into your life. So open yourself to possibility. Open yourself up to believe that this really can be as great as we've ever imagined. Once we get all of this ick out of the way, once we have brought light to it all, and we really removed all of the diseased ick in our collective, then we really can have, this, higher timeline coming in. And I mean, I think that we need to be realistic enough to know that there's no perfect timeline, and that at one point, the timeline that we're on was the desired timeline because that's how we got there. And so at one point, that was a collective, yes, this is where we want to go. But now we're seeing it's run its course. It's got to the point where now it's not good for the collective anymore. It's good only for the few. And so we need to change that and get it back to being good for the collective, because the collective is creating the collective experience. And the collective is crying out that this is not okay anymore. So we need a new collective experience. And so collectively, we are placing the vision of where we're trying to go. So keep your visions high. I want your visions high. My visions are going to be high for where we're going. My visions are very high for where we're going. So I need your visions to stay high too, so that collectively we can bring this new earth, in with all of our collective vision. All right. So the last thing I wanted to do is I have an affirmation that I want to leave us with. And so this is something that you can write down and have it with you all week, but I'd like you to say it with me now, either in your head or out loud. I am a beacon of light, unity, and compassion. My actions bring healing to my community and peace to my heart. So do you see the importance of how you are showing up? Your actions are what are going to bring healing to your community, because again, they are looking to you. You've already found the path. And all of these other people that are waking up, they need to see which way to go. Shine your light bright. Know that you're on the right path and just keep moving forward. Keep those thoughts high, because we are bringing in this collective new reality, and I need it to be a good one. All right. So I hope you have found value in this. And if you did, I would appreciate it if you would like, comment, subscribe, share. That helps to grow this channel, and we greatly appreciate it. Come back again, check out the videos that we have each day of the week, and join us for our lives on Mondays and Fridays. All right. I'll see you next time. Bye.